It's Marbie here with Club Trap. Yeah, you know.
All right, Mark. Let's get into your childhood. Like, how was your childhood growing up? I always like to start out with childhood to get a little background on them.
I came from a poor area. I made the best of it. I became a creator, an artist out of it, you know what I'm saying? It was like, my childhood was lit though. I can't even lie. I was with my brothers, my sisters. I have like 3 brothers and I have a sister. And I'm the second oldest. I have an older brother and the rest is younger than me. I grew up in a crib with like all my family, but we basically wound up splitting up. And then after we split up, we just went our own direction, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really too much talking. Then we recently got back together and it was like a big family reunion, but every day we would go outside, we would just chill. I don't know, my childhood was pretty boring.
Did you leave at an early age?
I left at like, let me say, 17. But it wasn't like I just up and decided to just leave. It was just like a situation where I had no choice but to figure out my own path, because if I didn't, I'd be following somebody else's path. And me being a creator, I don't like that. You can't tell me what to do. Don't control my life. And I feel so strong about it because I feel like if you're not doing better than most of the people in your environment, don't try to tell me what to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be the next you.
Right.
So yeah, basically I just seen what I didn't like and got up and got out.
Yeah. So that was like from like your family members, like.
Not most, mainly my friendships, mainly like my environment itself. Like my family members, they were really cool, they were really good. My mom was a good person, my stepdad was a good person, but that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Let me just keep it a brick with you. Just because good people are good people don't mean shit. The family thing wasn't too much of it was too much going on in our family to really just sit and want to stay in a place where you feel like you're trapped in a box, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I was just like,
So what made stripping the outlet? Like what was the first thing that made you look to stripping like, hey, that's the move? Like,
I'ma just keep it a break. When I was like 14 years old, I was on the phone. Well, I wasn't on the phone, I was in the car with my girl Naya, and she also strips. And we were sitting in the car and we were talking, and I was like, I want to be a stripper when I get older. And I didn't realize that my stepfather was on the phone because my mom and them was just on the phone with each other. She had stepped out for 2 seconds. So it slipped my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, she stepped out. She hung up. And as soon as my mom get back in the car, she started violating because he's like, oh yeah, your daughter was in here talking about how she want to be a stripper. Meanwhile, I said I'm 14 years old. I didn't really know why I said that. Yeah. I just was like, oh, they make so much money. I need money. I don't want to be working on 9 to 5. Yeah. And honestly, it wasn't that I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. I couldn't work a 9 to 5 like everybody my age because I didn't have a social, I didn't have a birth certificate. I didn't have the things to get what I needed. And it was hard for me to get it on my own.
Why you ain't had those? Why you ain't had that?
I don't know. I just know I had to go get that. When I turned 17, it was like the craziest part of my life. I remember going to go get a job at Wendy's and not being able to get a job because I don't have an ID. And I'm like, well, I don't have an ID. I'm like so worried and freaked out. And I'm like, Mom, why I don't have this? And she's like, well, I don't know. And she was so busy working and doing what she got to do for herself. It wasn't really like I didn't really see a problem with it. I was just like, all right, let me go get this by myself. You know what I'm saying? And I took that into my own hands. I got my paperwork in. Because I couldn't dance either without an ID. But I wound up getting a job at this car wash under the counter, like on the low balling, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't really docking our pay, they was just paying us out of pocket. It was me and my friend. And then I ended up using that money and getting everything I needed.
So it wasn't really no, like you didn't have a friend that was a stripper that you looked up to or nothing like that. You just heard they get money and.
I'm gonna keep it real. I was like one of them weird kids that I didn't have friends that were strippers, but I had like my own idea of my own life. So I was like, shoot, I'm like one of those people that just jump. I see something and I'm like, well, maybe I want to do that for myself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm watching TV shows, I'm watching things, and I'm gonna say the Players Club. Mm-hmm. That was really the one for me.
That guy. So that didn't deter you, like after seeing like what happened to I don't forgot what was her name?
Her cousin?
No, the blonde when the girl took it from her in the locker room.
Oh yeah. Well.
And then the cousin got, you know what I'm saying? She got her shit took at the party.
I'm gonna say something on some real shit. That stuff didn't bother me because I grew up watching shit and I didn't think, like, my life was so different. I had my own plans and I didn't see negative shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like negative. I seen that's what happened, but I seen also that one of them was able to overcome. You know what I'm saying? They both were able to overcome and turn their life around. And maybe I'm not about to say that's what they needed to go through, but in reality, certain things happen. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and certain things make you who you are. You know what I'm saying? You either grow or you fail from it. And in that situation, I really couldn't say that I paid attention too much to it because I just know that I could see myself being Diamond. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself going there, being determined, getting my money and getting out. See, stripping wasn't oh yeah, I want to do this forever. I want to be here for the rest of my life. It was just like okay, well, let me go get some bread because I'm making more bread there quicker than doing a 9 to 5, and I'm having to listen to people. People get jealous and argue with me over nonsense because they're coming in with their own personal problems. I'd rather be free to dance. I like dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the attention. I like to be naked. That's just me. I feel like I need to be free to be me. I have to be myself. And that was the perfect environment for me to be myself without anybody judging me. And then I realized this year how judgmental people were towards dancers. And I also had a best friend. She recently passed away, but she went through, it was like our life is a movie because I could see me being this person and my best friend being Diamond's cousin and going through certain things that she went through and not making it out because she had a choice to make it out, but she didn't because she chose to go back in that same direction, you know what I'm saying? And that was like a life lesson to me. I learned from her mistakes, and I also learned from mistakes I made too in the long run, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how long would you say you've been dancing?
I started dancing last year, so for about a year. My best friend was the reason I started dancing. She got put onto a club and she was like, come dance with me. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go dance with you, you know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing else to do. I'm like, yeah, well, that's quick money.
And you how old now?
I'm 21 now.
You're 21 now. And you've been dancing for a year.
I started dancing when I turned 20 years old, but I said I wanted to be a stripper when I was 14, I said I wanted to be a stripper when I turned 18. And I winded up skipping 18 and 19. I worked the 9 to 5 and realized that wasn't for me. I worked 2 9-to-5s. I only had 2 jobs. And then after those 3 jobs. After those 3 9-to-5s, I was like, never again will I do that to myself. Then it was easy for me to be a dancer too, because I also had my best friend right by my side. So it was like, it was just me and her. Like the attention was just me and her. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, the focus was just me and her getting money. It wasn't I wasn't even paying attention to my outside environment. I was so focused on just getting my bread with my best friend and accomplishing these goals that we had.
So did you?
It was just so much easier, you know.
Did you go straight to the strip club, or were you like go dance, twerking before you went to the club?
I was twerking at parties, you know what I'm saying? It led to that. I ain't gonna lie, it led to it because I would go to parties at a young age when I'm 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'd go twerk on people and then I'd go home and be like, yeah. Then one day I just stopped going to parties and I was like, how? I'm going to parties, spending money to get in parties, but I ain't making no money, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'd rather go shake my ass and make some bread than shake my ass for free.
You know the go-go dancer. You know
the difference between them, yeah.
No, I'm saying, did you do those type of clubs before you went to the major club?
Well, I'm not even gonna lie. I go dance. I worked in a gentleman's club, and now I'm actually on my way to a bigger club. So it is a starting process. You start off low and you work your way up, because during that process I started to learn how to use the pole, do a lot of tricks, you know what I'm saying, and I'm still elevating, but I don't know how much more I'm gonna elevate in this subject, because I don't want to be a dancer. It comes with so much. It's like pressure, and it comes with a lot of assumptions, a lot of side eyes, a lot of negative things. And I don't want anything negative in my life anymore.
So you one and done, 1 year dancing, and you don't want to dance no more.
It's not even that I don't want to dance anymore. It's just, maybe it's the fact that my best friend is gone. You know what I'm saying? Starting something with somebody and not being able to finish it, and then I feel like the death came from her being a dancer. You know what I'm saying? Her man was selling her. Telling her to go dance and doing stuff to her to persuade her. Then when she's dancing, he's taking all her money, and that's like, there's plenty of people out there, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be the next victim when it comes to that, and that's all I see. Even in a club recently, like a week or 2 ago, when I came from where I was at, I was in Cali. And I came back to Atlanta to dance a little bit, and I went to the club, and I'm watching this lady they're just playing with this lady, and she's just high off of who knows what. And they're just laughing at her, and I'm like the only one who's like, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Being in that environment is kind of like, I'm starting to go through an awakening where I'm starting to see more than I should, and I'm starting to pay attention now. I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings at that time, so I wasn't worried about people being so negative, people manipulating me, people taking advantage of me, people looking at me crazy, and now that's all I see. You know what I'm saying? Because like, she's not here, but her being gone woke me up. It's like stepping outside of a box and then stepping back into it, and then seeing why you don't want to be there anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's positives and negatives. Like, it's still bread, it's quick bread, but quick bread is not always the best bread. Like, I can say if I start dancing now, I'll make better decisions, and I would stack my bread that I make dancing and start a business or some shit, because that environment isn't for me.
It can get dangerous. Has it ever got dangerous? Like, you know, have you ever, you know, the drunk nigga, people don't want to pay you?
I believe that the strip club is the most dangerous place. I feel for women, because being intoxicated, being a woman, you could be easily manipulated, easily taken advantage of. then that's what men look for when they go to the strip club. They're like, oh, well, this is easy. I'm about to get this for this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I literally have a friend now that's going through a situation where her man is stalking her. Same thing my best friend went through. Her man stalking her, and he's threatening to kill her, popping up to everywhere she working at. And it's like, it's a lot of crazy people in the club. It's a lot of psychopaths. But I could say that in the whole entire world. But it's just, they all seem to end up in the same place at the same time in the club. Like, so that's just where it just, woo.
Have you ever been into something like that? Where it got physical?
See, I learned. See, I'm a very intelligent woman. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I grew up watching Law and Order and learning psychology, learning human psychology. So now I'm like, okay, well, this is a sign that this person is gonna end up like this, because everybody has signs to who they're gonna end up being in life. You know what I'm saying? And if you're moving funny, simping over a female, you're just watching a female, stalking a female. I pay attention to stuff like that. I pay attention to how many times you post the same person over there. I see stuff like that now. So now it's like I've never been in that situation where I had to avoid it because I watched it. I tried to literally save my best friend from it. I'm like, you don't see nothing wrong with this. I'm telling her, this man is doing this, he doing that, he moving like this, and I'm giving her exact examples. And she's like, no, it's not like that. He really loves me. And I'm just like, I see past the bullshit. And then I told her, he wound up getting out of jail. I let her come stay with me for a little minute. He wound up getting out of jail. And she ran back to him. She was lying to me about it. And at that moment, I instantly gave up on trying. And as soon as I left for 2 seconds, I'm on my way to Cali. I get a call that she got shot in the head 3 times. And that's why I say the tongue is a powerful thing, because I also let her know that it was about to happen. I said, yo, you gonna listen to this man. This man did this to you, did that to you, and you don't think that he'll kill you? People snap any day, and people don't understand that. It's a life thing, it's psychology. People show you traits and signs, but because you're not aware of them signs, you don't catch it and you don't peep it. But I've been so, you could say I'm always 10 steps ahead, because I watch and I peep and I'm steady watching. Like, I pay attention to everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you're not about to get over on me. Yeah. You're not about to stalk me. My mom always told me, be aware of your surroundings, be aware of who's watching you. Soon as he bought her a gun, I'm like, kid, did that sound smart? He done did all this to you, and he buying you a gun that you don't even know how to shoot, but he know how to shoot. He killed her with her gun. A prime example.
So, what would you tell? Cause you know, like I always say, like the young girls, especially in Atlanta, the girls down here, like they don't want to be doctors and lawyers no more. They want to go to the strip club. They want to be a stripper, and they want to follow that, you know, the reality show life. They want to get to the strip club, get social media fame, then get them a baller. You see what I'm saying?
What would I say to that?
What would you say to the aspiring?
I would say that that's a picture that they painted to set bitches up for failure. Because in reality, these females are not dancing to become reality stars and ballers and to fuck with niggas with money. They're dancing to pay for them to go to school, for them to pay for classes, for them to be able to not have to dance and be able to just focus on their schoolwork. And that's what these young girls need to know. It's not about, oh yeah, I'm about to dance and I'm about to catch me a rich nigga. Because I'm telling you now, these rich niggas, ooh, they not what you want. These niggas gonna treat you like shit because they got money. And I watched it. It's a fact. The brokest nigga gonna be more loyal to you than a rich nigga. He might even switch up on you when he get rich. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I would just say, if you gonna dance, do it because you want to save your money, because you want to see yourself become a better person. Don't do that shit just to stay in that shit forever, because the longer you stay, the more shit you get yourself involved in and the quicker your life goes. Because fast money is not good money. Even when it comes to scamming, when it comes to all that shit, niggas get caught up before they even make it to where they want to make it. They get a little bit of bread, go do some dumb shit. If you're gonna make a little bit of bread, at least invest it into something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Invest it into a skill. Learn how to do something with your hands, so if you don't make it, you can fall onto that shit. That shit is important.
Yeah. So what's the goal? What's the end game? What you got going now? What does Marbie got going now? What you want to do now? So you gonna give up stripping? Like, what you gonna do now?
Honestly, stripping is still in there, but it's not gonna be in there for too long. I'm only stripping so I could pay for my music career, so I can pay to take classes on skills, so I can just, you know, make it out of something. I'm not trying to be in this shit forever.
So your music career, like, what you doing?
I'm an artist. I sing, I rap. I'm working on learning how to dance. I'm really trying to become the best out there, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the best of the best. And I gotta say that about myself, because I'm highly talented and I'm very skilled, very educated, and I have a lot of knowledge and I have a lot of things to say and let the world know. When it comes to me being creative, it's like a message to people. People need to hear it, because a lot of this shit that we taught is traits that come from humans, and we should have never been taught those traits. We should have been able to just be ourselves. And honestly, I just want to be myself and create shit and let people see and learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, knowledge is power.
You want to give us a little sample? Give us a little teaser.
Oh, yeah, let me hear some. I'm a little nervous now. It's called Tell Me Why. It's not really for me to, it's basically a story that I'm trying to help myself understand why my best friend did what she did, why she took that route when she had knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And she knew what was going to happen. It's basically me seeking answers from my angels, from trying to really understand what the fuck is really going on right now, you know what I'm saying?
That's it, man. Let's go. There you go, man.
I'm my feelings, I'm my feelings. I need your help, I need your healing. I need your healing. I really miss you, I really need it. Y'all should follow me on Instagram, Marbie'S Vibe. My Facebook is The Kid Capri. And thank you for listening to my story, because this is Marbie's World. Now, next time on Club Trap, I will see y'all soon.